Hello, this is Right Side Trader. Today is January 3rd. Happy New Year. And this is going to be a trade review. This is going to be something that I'm going to do every week on Friday. What I'm doing is not a trade recommendation. This is how I go about testing out a strategy, testing out if I'm okay to actually execute the strategy. Does the trades actually feel, you know, also get comfortable at trading the position size that I need to trade and all. Like I say, this is all for educational purposes only. No trade recommendation. This is me, you know, sharing, how I go about trying to verify that a strategy actually work and can I actually do it. And this particular thing, I'm actually do it for a full year is what I'm going to do because my goal is to make $1 million and all. And I'm looking to make $1 million trading the indexes that I watch all the time and that I've been trading for years all the time. But I never really had the goal of actually trying to make $1 million. There's a couple of issues there trying to do that. First of all, is getting myself to a point to where I believe that I actually can do it. And yes, I do believe I can do it now. I've been doing this long enough and all to see yes, it's possible and all. But one of my biggest issues that I have is upping my position size. Again, once you start trading the position, well, for me, it's two ways. For me, the way I see it, there's two ways to go about it. I can make a lot of small trades, which I've been doing, is making mainly small trades, anywhere from one contract to using options, one contract to maybe 50 contracts. But that usually ends up getting me not quite to that seven figures, that I really want to get to, that I see that is possible now and all. So the thing is, I can continue doing that and make even more trades to get there, or I can up my size. And what I want to practice right now as I up my size. It's kind of like weightlifting and all. If I was a weightlifter and all, I can say I can press, maybe 50 pounds, maybe 50 times and all, and still get nice and ripped and all. Or if I really want to get there, you know, without doing as many reps, I have to up my weight and all that I'm actually pressing and all, and be able to press that heavier weight, but I'll make fewer trades. So that's what I'm looking at. Can I actually up my position size, up my weight, and make less trades? So that's what I'm going to be doing this year, is seeing. And the thing is, I have traded the 100 contracts, 200 contracts, but usually before they were directional type trades based on the indicators and things that I have that actually works pretty good for me. But still, that can get kind of hairy and crazy too, because a lot of times all I'm looking to make on those type of trades is 10 cents, 20 cents on those trades, and I see that's very doable and all. But that's still just making 10 cents, 20 cents on those trades. You have to do still have to do a lot of trades, and you got to call it right, and you're not going to get it right 100% of the time. So again, you do end up taking some losses doing that. So now I'm trying to find a better way of actually upping that size, upping that weight, and getting to that goal that I actually really want to get to. And I think the way to do it, based on what I've been looking at, I've been looking at this for over the past couple of months, is actually selling and all. And I know that works. I've done this before with these products that I'm going to be looking at, but I'm usually only trading like 1 to 10 contracts. Can I, can I actually up the size on those to 100 to 200 contracts? And it's going to take me. I know it's going to take me a while to actually get there. So it's a whole mental thing for me to see if it's doable. It is doable. It's just more of a mental game for me to get comfortable with trading that size and seeing how it works out. And the best way to do it, as I always say, practice, 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 practice. Because again, even me starting out here, I get where I make a few mistakes. I'm not looking at the market right, but everything works out. So let me get over to the trades, and we're going to look at SPX first. And this week, that's what I traded was SPX, and The other index that I traded was RUT. These two indexes, they're both cash settled. If I do screw up and do make a mistake, it's going to be cash settled. I don't have to worry about being assigned any stocks or anything like that with me trading options. The other thing is these options, in my opinion, are very, very juicy. You can trade. For me, there's 2 times that I can trade them, and if I'm available in the afternoon, I can trade them in the afternoon based on where I see the market is at, and those trades work pretty good for me. Or I can trade them in the morning, you know, around certain times when I think those options still have a lot of extrinsic value in them. I'm trading options that's all extrinsic value anyway, because they're out of the money where I'm actually trading them at. So again, those tend to work pretty good for me. The thing is, I just have to make sure my timing is good, where when I actually put them on and the market does what I expect it to do. So what I'm going to be looking at here is my XPX trade first, and let you guys see what I did here. SPX, I just traded it today, and I'm going to move the account thing over now and let you see that. Or should I just share the screen? I can share the screen since we're talking about, this is all for educational purposes only. This is in a paper account. The big thing with paper account and trading live, it's just the money itself. And that's a big thing, believe me. And when you actually start trading live money. And that's why I'm saying I know that's one of the things that I'm going to have to get comfortable with, and I'm going to have to scale up to. Just like I said, lifting weights, I might be pushing 10 pounds now, then I got to scale up to maybe 15 pounds, and 20 pounds, 25 pounds, and et cetera. And when it comes to trading, it's kind of like you have to scale from 10 contracts to maybe 15 contracts, 20 contracts, ever what works for you and whatever's going to work for me at this time. So I'm going to switch over to the screen where the SPX, and the other thing, doing this strategy and trying to get to $1 million, you realize on my paperwork, I realize I need to make, ideally, I would like to make $40,000 a week. Can I make $40,000 a week? If I make $40,000 a week, that's like $120,000 a month. I can get where I can have a little slippage, where if I don't make it 1 month, I'm gonna be over a little bit, or if I need to take a week off, I'll be able to take a week off. And I actually think I can make that 40,000 like I did this week in a couple of days with this strategy, So I will get to where I don't have to trade every day. Now, the other thing that you may be thinking, okay, how much money does it take to actually execute these trades? It's going to take $100,000, number one. The maximum position size that I'll put on, it's going to eat up $100,000. So again, you need a $100,000 account in order to do this, 100,000 or more, and you're going to need a broker that's going to actually allow you to do this. And a couple of brokers that I am with will allow me to do this trade, so it's not going to be an issue there. But let's go ahead and let me show you the trades that I did this week, and then I'm going to wrap this on up. So let me share that screen where you can see the trade that I actually did on the SPY. On the SPY, if you can see this, this one was this morning, and I'm gonna try to do these videos first because again, I'm still gonna do my market review type things where you can see that. And these are the trades. All right, this is the trade that I did this morning. I've tried to explain to you what actually happened here, This right here, as you can see, I canceled it. First, I was thinking I was going to try to get 130 on this trade, 130, $1.30 on this trade, but I realized I didn't need that. A lot of times, I do want to keep it where I only need to get 50% of the credit that I actually got, or less. 50% of the credit, or just enough to cover the trade. The other question is there enough liquidity there in order to do this? Yes, there is, and all. So that's the other thing. Trading this particular product and all is going to be okay. The other thing is I am doing an iron condor. I am selling. Most of the times I'm going to be selling if the market looks like it's in a place where I can sell both sides at the same time. That's what I'm going to do. At other times I might sell one side and then I'll sell the other side in order to make the money that I expect to make. The other thing is, as you can see, these are 0-day options. If you can, I guess you can see that also. Today is the 3rd. So that's that. The other thing is this was 59.50 on the call side that I sold, and 58.70. I want you to remember those numbers. I closed it where I only made what's that? $1.10 on this trade. That's all I really needed to make in order to get where I needed to get this morning. So that's that. So this is where I opened the trade, and the time, as you can see where I opened it a little bit after the market had closed, after this 9:40 time, after the market had made that move, and I was out of this trade at this time a little bit after 11 o'clock and all. So that was that trade. It was on one other trade that I did this week. It was on RTX, I always say the future contract, RUT, and let's go to that. And did it bring that up? Yes, it did. Yes, it did. As you can see, like I said before, I usually, with my live trades and even in the virtual account, I was only trading 10 contracts and all. I realized if I want to do this $1 million, trading test, this 10 contracts is not going to get me there and all. So, and as you can see on this one, I did do an iron condor. I actually traded it a little later in the day and all. And as you can see, it went all the way to the end of the day before I actually, did this one actually go bad on me? Okay, yeah, this one actually went bad on me. This is because, again, I know I had got where I was underwater for a little while. That's the other thing. But this was with the 10 contracts. And then I realized some things and all that I need to do things a little bit different and all. And that was the other things. Even with me, when it comes to virtual money, I do get a little bit, okay, how should I do this? I get a little bit nervous and all, because I treat my virtual stuff like real money. I don't want to blow up. I don't want to ever blow up an account again. I used to do that back in the day. I don't do that anymore. I learned how to walk away if needed. So what I ended up doing, once I saw this went actually really bad on me, as you can see, I had to buy it back. It was just 10 contracts, and then I decided on this day, on the 2nd, which was yesterday, I say if I'm going to do this thing and I want to do this thing, I need to start today and I need to start now. No better time than the present to actually get going on doing things. So what I did, as you can see here, I purchased a single contract, a buy, a directional trade, and I did my normal thing that I do. And I got in at $1. I got out at $1.20. Making that 10-20 cents. That's the my normal trade. And 200 contracts though. So then once I did that, and it was near the end of the day, like I said in the beginning, one of the ways that I know I've traded this before in the past, but not with this size, is my end of day trade. And my end of day trade, as you can see, it was 316. Didn't get out of this trade until 341. I sold just the vertical. As you can see, it was just the vertical and just the put side. I saw that the market was going up. Looked like the market was going to stay above that level and all, and I was okay with that. I was able to sell it for $1.22, and I was able to close it for 10 cents. Now, I gave you all these numbers and all, then you say, okay, that sounds like something. What does that mean? Uh, I will flip over here. These trades, and I think these are the only trades. Let me go back. Let's just go back 3 days and see what other trades that I have made in this account and all. And I will show everything. Let's just delete that out and kind of hit enter. See, I've actually made quite a few trades here in the last, well, that went back a little bit more than I expected. But this is what I trade. My Tesla, I actually closed my Tesla, guys who've been listening to me about my Tesla and all. But in the virtual account, I did something here that kind of reminds me of that. I had to close that because it was dropping too much. But as you can see, these are the other trades that I've made here just this year in the virtual account. The ones that are really important are those. Also, like I say, I like trading the Qs all the time. I do trade the Qs and stuff, and that's it. These were a couple other things where I was just shutting. I was clearing the account out to be able to start it with $100,000. Now, let's go back over here to the monitor tab, all products, close that up, go to the monitor tab, go back over here, and you can see for right now, for this first week and all, starting off the year, down here at the bottom, I'm at 41,000. Gonna have to see if I can actually only really 39,000 after commission and all. It's been about a couple $1,000s worth of commissions. See, that's the other thing that goes on here and all. This right here lets you really kind of know where you are really at, after commission. So I'm a little bit short, which I am okay with. Like I say, my target is 40,000 a week, but I see I'm actually a little bit short. This overall profit thing kind of shows me, though, I'm on track, so I'm kind of okay with that. Now, for you who want to continue on and take a quick look at, where did I actually do these trades at today? It was the SPX. The call was sold at right here. The call was sold at 59.50. And put was sold really, and I did $10. I did $10 wide. That's why this trade today was a $100,000 trade. I will do that from time to time, and all because I see it might be easier for me to widen my spread a little bit to get a little bit more credit. And I know I don't need to get that full credit back. I just need to get enough to be able to reach my target and all. And the put was actually sold at 58.70. And let's take another quick look at SP. That was the XPX, and we want to take another look at the Russell. And what I want to do, I want to switch this over to the Russell. Let's go back over here, RUT, and we just want to look at the last few days, and we really want to just look at the big vertical that I actually did. And I only did the put side, and since I only did the put side, I sold the put right here. This was the put vertical. And that was at the 0 day, and these are 0 day options. I sold that on at 22. I remember that one. At the end of the day, it was 2225. And we'll take a quick look at the chart, and then we're going to wrap this on up and all. Let me just minimize this. Let me flip over just to the charts on the other screen. Go back over here. Go back over here, say okay. We should be looking at the SPX right now, and on the SPX, that's today's trade. And I'll just put in for those. Some of us, I know, I am one of those ones like to see, okay, what did you do? How did you go about doing it? When did you actually do it? And all that kind of stuff. I sold this one at, this is close enough. I sold the call side. I sold it at this level. At this particular level is where I sold the call, and and I sold the time, and I sold the put, at this level at 70, at 58.50. 70. I sold it way down here. So again, you can see I was selling above yesterday's high, and I was selling below today's low around yesterday's close. So, and I sold it again on the SPX. The other thing that's kind of important to me and all is the time that I actually sold it. I sold it at 9:43. I'm actually writing some stuff down for myself on my little logbook where I can keep track of stuff. And I don't have to go always back to I always tell people keep a logbook of actually what you're doing and the times that you actually executed the trades to keep yourself aware of what you're actually doing. Now, let's take a quick look at the Russell trade. That should be at 3. And I got this BE thing here, RUT. Yes, that is another stock that I am actually trading, that BE stock. No trade recommendation. It's just what I do. And this is from yesterday. Yesterday, I did not want the market to go below this point, so I usually put an alert in for myself to let me know if it's getting close to that point. As you can see, it's only 20 cents below. You're usually in trouble by the time it gets there, and you got to do something. And what you got to do, you have to actually roll it or close it for a small profit at that time. And the Russell trade, that's where I had sold my put spread, because to see again the market was going up, and I sold it late in the day, and I was okay with selling it at that point. It probably was already above 22. Let me just go down to a lower time frame off this hourly time frame down to a 5-minute time frame where you can actually see. And the time that I actually sold RUT, let me I don't have that documented down here. RUT, it was 10. I know it was 15 something. It was 15. It was at 15:16, which is 3 Eastern time, 3:15 Eastern time. So I sold it at right around 3:15 Eastern time. Let's go back over here. It was around this time right here. So that means I had already saw that the market was doing this action, and it had did this, and I sold my put spread at this time is what I did. So that's pretty much it. That's all I really want to share. I'm going to be doing this type of trade review every Friday, and I'll probably be trading these two indexes. I might trade some additional stuff at the time, but whatever I trade, I will be sharing that also. And that's pretty much it. And as you can see, the market did make a bottom and has been trying to reverse back up. And that's all. But these are 0-day options that I'm actually trading. So this is a very, very risky trade. And I'll give you let you take a look at the options at this time. I'm gonna switch back over. No, that's it. You can go on your platform and you can do think back and take a look at how this actually worked out if you're really that interested in seeing how these trades are actually working out. But I will be reviewing these every Friday at the end of the week, what I did that week to get me closer to my target for the end of the year, which is $1 million. Let's just see how this works out, and I'll be chatting with you guys next week on this. Have a good one. Happy New Year, all. Talk to you later. Bye. This is Right Side Trader. Have a good one.